Hey guys, welcome on in. My name is Katie, and today I'm going to teach you guys how to make a really fun statement pendant that is one of my favorite things that I've seen this year that I've done. Susan kind of showed me this technique, and then I took it a step further, and she's been taking it. We've been kind of like feeding off each other with this design this year, and I just think it's really pretty. And today I'm going to do this with a bead. But first, what I have to do is make the frame out of wire. I'm going to be using 20 gauge German style wire. This is just kind of a craft wire. It's non-tarnished, so it'll be great base for this. And now I need to choose my pearl and make a little frame for it. I like this one here. So really, you're going to want to, it kind of has a teardrop-ish shape. And I'm going to bring both of those tails up, slowly trying to create a nice teardrop. You may need to use a ring mandrel or a bracelet mandrel to get that bottom to curve enough. Kind of like to do it like this. See how it's okay, where's my little pearl? All right, I'm gonna hold it over my pearl now. Okay, so then see this? I'm here, the width is good. I need to flatten the bottom out a little bit. So to do that, you can kind of just pick up your teardrop piece and push it onto a surface. Okay, and then it's just gonna be a little bit of a back and forth here, but that looks good. That looks good. I like that. I think that's gonna be the right size. All right, so then I'm gonna get my chain nose plier beside me. And this is a little bit of a back and forth moment too, because you've gotta make a coil at the top and make sure everything fits nice together. So just gonna hold that over your pearl, over your piece. And when you're ready, switch hands. I'm gonna make a bend in one of these going straight up where they intersect. I know that my hand is in the way. And if you feel good about this, you can start to make a coil. It'll like around that bend. It's gonna be a little tricky because you don't want anything to pull and collapse your shape. So just be careful. It'll take your time and keep just going back to that original piece, your bead. Okay, so that looks good. That doesn't always work on the first try for me. Just let you guys know that, so don't be frustrated. Then you're gonna trim off that New Year's luck, yes. So trim that off in the back and then press that down. And then go ahead and make the loop for the top that'll attach to your chain. I'm gonna bend this forward. And this also secures that little coil. Trim it off here. And roll that back into a bail. It'll and then I'm gonna straighten that up just a hair. Just a hair. All right, next we're going to give this a little bit of a hammer, a little bit of a flattening, a little bit of a texture. So all you have to do is your bench block and your domed chasing hammer and just very lightly flatten and hammer the piece. See that? It's making it really nice and flat. And I'm still gonna do this area right here. Okay. Now, once again, hey, what are we gonna do? We're gonna check in on that pearl again and make sure that everything is good. Make sure it still fits in and out of it, just like that. Because essentially it's going to float, this bezel will float. It'll like hover in the middle of the pearl, like around right here. If all said and done. You can see the hole right there, but we're not even gonna use that. It'll like design. It may work, it may not. I've not done it with a bead like this. I've only really used the flat back cabochons. All right, so the next step is to get some 26 gauge wire, and then these are my little seed beads with gold. And I hope that I have enough. I'm gonna wrap these delicately along the edge, and we're gonna start up here, I guess on the top right of the teardrop, and we're gonna leave a little tail in our hand and simply just anchor this with a few coils, a few tight coils. And then we're ready to start adding our beads. So just string one bead on. And then hold it in place and then wrap around once, like that. And then if you want, you can wrap again, but a little bit looser, like that. They don't have to be super close to each other. Add another bead and just wrap it the same. You're gonna hold it kind of in place with your left hand. Do a tight coil right kind of next to it. And then we're gonna space it out with another little coil beside that. See that? So however you wrap the first one from your designer hand is just how you should keep it going throughout the whole piece. And they don't have to be like exactly perfect or anything. Just get them as close as you can. All right, so once you get to the top, you're going to, actually, what I did was used one piece of wire for this whole necklace, but that doesn't always work. And if you feel like that beginning length was too much to work with for you, that's fine. You can add another piece of wire at this step, but I'm just gonna keep working with this piece of wire because I cut 3 feet and I might as well use it. All right, so I'm kind of up here at the top and I'm ready to get my bead and start wrapping sideways. Here's my little beautiful coin pearl. Put it up here in the bezel. And this part, I'm essentially going to be going around from the back and coming across sort of just as straight-ish as I possibly can, starting at the top. Actually going to come trying to hover everything in place while I do this, so my hands are pretty much in the way. I'm sorry. Now I think I'm going to switch hands now. Come over here. Going around and around. And that's 3 times across. I think I'm gonna do another sweep. I'm gonna do another sweep for stability. And I might even go diagonal. Let's just see what happens. So when you do this, you can play with your piece, see what you like. I often will do this last step several times to get the right look. You just really never know how this step is gonna go. It's hard to predict. Maybe I could do a third one right here in the middle of that one, just for funsies. All right, so then whenever you're happy with the wraps, you can bring that piece of wire, if you still have it left. I still do have a little bit. I'm gonna actually bring it back up the back of the piece. So another point is you might wanna end somewhere. You might wanna come back around somewhere good where it's gonna catch and come up to the top in a nice strong way. You're gonna take it up to the top and just coil it around that coil that you did at the top of the frame. And if that's too messy for you, you can, of course, wrap it more intricately in and out of your piece. You can weave it to a really clean coil, but I think it looks fine just wrapping it right over that 20 gauge coil. And then you're gonna trim it off in the back. While I'm here, I'll go ahead and trim my first little tail. And then you just tuck that in with your chain nose plier to ensure no one is injured upon wearing. So that's it. That's so cute. Another little tip is if you get to this step and you're like, ooh, I wish I could maybe tighten it up or change the lines, you can take a flat nose plier in the back or in the front if you want, and just twist it like this. You just hold it and twist. Hold it, twist. And it kind of creates a little bit of a tension. I mean, that looks really pretty, but in the front, it tightens everything up, which is nice as well. And you can spread those, you can like zigzag those if you want, but I just kind of like it like this. So then the last step is to, excuse me, open this up, put it on a chain, close it up, and ta-da, you're done. So that's fun, I love that. I'm so glad it worked with a regular bead. Like I said, normally I use cabochons, but a random beautiful big bead works. I would say try to keep it in the flat-ish realm, but honestly, it would probably work with round. It would probably be a really cool earring if it was a round bead, and then you could see the lines going across both ways. Maybe that will happen soon. So that sounds really fun. If you need to pick up any of the tools or supplies we used today, check out the links in the description below. And don't forget to like, subscribe, and ring that bell if you want to be alerted for future episodes. Thanks for watching.